How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews, back with yet another review, but not just any other review, a mystery beer review. Mystery beers, what are they? I started them about a year or so ago. I did a series of beers. I have no idea what these are. I had no ideas what those were. Basically, I had a friend that was going to give me a bunch of beers, and before he actually told me it was going to give me, I just said, don't tell me, wrap them up so I don't know what's going on. And I did it, a few of those, series-wise. And I had a blast doing them because I had no idea what I was drinking, and it's one of the best ways to go about beer. And it's been a while since I've done them, but a friend of mine, Chris, who lives just down the street, has hooked me up with beer very graciously over the past couple years. Said, man, I'm going to put a mystery box together, and I was super fucking ecstatic and literally just left his place. I just had a couple beers, maybe not in the best frame of mind to do a mystery beer review, but I'm going to do them nonetheless. And we're going to pop off the first one right now. I have no idea what this is. There's no trick to this. I had a bunch of beers in my fridge, and I had someone set this up to where I don't know what beer it is technically, but I can kind of guess at it. I have zero clue what this is. So we're going to drink it. Either I'm going to guess right, guess wrong, crash and burn, whatever, somewhere in between. Shit's going to happen. So here we go. He numbered them. I'm going to do them in the order that he numbered them. So here we go. What do we have first? First we have number 1. It's a bomber. Let's see if we can get a little information here. There's some murk up here. Okay? If you actually look, I tilt to the side, there's a ring here, which lends me to believe that this is actually an older beer. So I'm going to go with something that has some legs for age. So I'm going to deduct off this. I'm just going to jump into it and just, kind of put my tits in the wind here. We're just going to try to guess. So I'm guessing this might have a little bit of age to it in a good way. Let's pop this off. I'm not going to look inside the cap. Not a big hiss, which leads me to believe there might be a little bit of oxidation. The inside of the cap is pretty alright, so let's see what we have here. Get this big snifter out because I had no idea what kind of beer was going to come out, and I just it was a bomber, so I figured I'd throw it in a snifter. So here we go. What do we have? First things first, it kind of looks like more Saison-based. Belgian-based, Saison-based, somewhere around there. It could be a super old IPA, but like I said, I don't know if you can actually see that kind of murk ring. There's a bubble ring here, but there's a murk ring right there. You usually don't get those unless there's a bit of age on a beer sitting around for a bit. So, anyway, Picky Finger, Whitehead, nice creaminess to it, super tight compact bubbles. There's carbonation there, super soft carbonation, super soft haze. So, from a distance, what do I see? Belgian Triple, Belgian Golden, Saison, could be a sour. I doubt it. I don't smell much from distance, but I could be wrong. See if we can get a nose on her. I actually don't smell anything. It has to be a pale ale, or it has to be like some like farmhouse beer. Yeah, I'm not getting much. I'm getting like soft, maybe super soft citrus, maybe a soft kind of wheat vibe from it. But yeah, there's really not much there. A soft, like, graininess, not even wheatiness. A soft, maybe peppery yeastiness, but I mean, we're talking, I'm having to yank every square inch of everything I'm getting out of this beer. Yeah. It just really doesn't smell like much of anything, to be honest with you. So, this is a weird one to start off with. So, yeah, I can't guess what's going on based off of the label. I can't guess what's going on based off the nose. It has to be a small beer. It has to be low in ABV. It has to be not super hopped. It has to be not aggressively yeasted. It has to be somewhere in the middle. It could be just a kind of a non... yeast estery wheat beer. It could be a pale ale. It could be, a Kolsch. It could be a Pilsner. It could be a lot of different things. It's just a smaller beer. That's what I'm getting from just the looks and the smell. But the taste tells all. Well, hopefully it does. Cheers. I'm getting a more aggressive kind of hop to it now. And a more aggressive kind of yeastiness. I would go a Belgian-based beer. Belgian ale. Belgian pale ale. With a more... Because I'm getting a kind of a pepperiness from the yeastiness, but I don't want to go with Saison because it has no funkiness in it. But there's a hop presence there. There's like a Ghost of Hops Past kind of presence to it. A kind of spicy herbally kind of thing going on. Yeah. It's actually, it's a tasty beer. In a way I kind of like certain things to taste. But it's not anything overly aggressive in any form or fashion. I think time had done its way with things. I think there was a little bit more of an aggressive kind of hoppiness to it. And I think there was a kind of, not a more aggressive Belgian yeast that would grow with time, but I think there was a Belgian base to it. Belgian pale ale. Belgian influenced pale ale. I don't want to go, I think it's American born. I think it's a kind of, an aggressively hopped, smaller Belgian influenced pale. So it reminds me a lot, excuse me, burps, of, there's a local brewery, shit brewery now, but when they first started out, they made decent stuff. It was a brewery called Soul. The owner's just a horrible person, but this reminds me a lot of their Nord-Est, actually. It actually doesn't remind me a lot of the Nord-Est. It reminds me of what Nord-Est would have turned into with time. So yeah, I'm going with a hopped, Belgian-influenced, yeast-wise pale ale. It could be kind of somebody's IPA too, but that's where I'm going to put all my cards. So that's all I have. Nice mouthfeel. It's not negative. There's not negative as far as taste or vibes or anything like that going on. It's held up decently well, but the hops have dropped off, and the yeast hasn't grown that big. But I believe there's a little bit of yeast component going on. So let's see what it is. Okay. We have X Hops Pale Ale from Toppling Goliath. I've never actually had this before. Let's see. Toppling Goliath Brew Company, X Hops Gold Pale Ale. Let's see. Live beer, please refrigerate. And there's not much else there as far as anything else. I don't know if or where Toppling Goliath dates any of their beers, but this has to have some time on it. It does. It has to. It has to have time on it. So I'm going to have to actually peek out. Let's see if there's anything on a cap here. I don't think Toppling Goliath actually does anything date-wise on their caps, but we'll see. So let's pull that off there. Put a little extra black on there. Nothing on there. So yeah, I'll have to ask my personal resident Toppling Goliath expert would be Steve. I will ask him about dating bottles. But, X Hops Gold Pale Ale. I don't think I was too far off the mark. The ABV on this was definitely small. Like I said, nothing too big. It doesn't say it on here either. Really, Toppling Goliath, you don't give anybody any kind of information? Okay. There's shit written on here. Maybe I should pay more attention. It says, from deep in the TG laboratory, brewed under the cloak of night, X Hop Pale Ale is an ever-evolving and experimental beer using constantly changing hop combinations not found in other TG brews. Each batch marks a new chapter in our mad scientist journey to create a perfect pale ale. Join us in the lab, raise a pint, and cheers. And create okay, so that put us nowhere. I don't know. I mean, It's the X-Hop Gold Pale Ale. I will look online, see if I can find any information about it. Probably will not post it on the channel, but it was a fun kind of kicking off. I don't think I was too far off the path, especially with me guessing that this has some time on it. That ring is an indicator. You know what I mean? So I'm guessing this has a little bit of time on it. But yeah, I'm hoping there's a little bit more yeast to it than just a base pale ale. They talk about on the side here about it being a live beer. Please refrigerate. So I assume there's a little bit more of an aggressive yeast to it. But yeah, not too bad. Hops are definitely old. Definitely had a bit of time on it. And yeah, a fun little ditty to kick off the 2018 Mystery Beer Series. So yeah, we're off to a good start. I like where I went with this one. Especially, I drank some decently big beers from sour to stouts and stuff like that. So I was like, oh man, I really shouldn't do one of these tonight. But today's Sunday, and I wanted to post one for Monday. So there you go. So yeah, let's talk about it. Is it one of the better pale ales I've had as late? I don't know. It's fun. It's decent, but I think it has time on it. It's Toppling Goliath, so you're how you're going to get it and where you see it is going to dictate price and whatnot. So people in their footprint want to comment on that and leave you with, if you like what we like, this aged hopped yeasted beers, because that's what I'm getting off it. So there you go. Little mystery beer in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this mystery review. If you didn't, anywhere in between, down there worth the stuff. If you'd like to participate in the mystery beer series, please reach out, because I love this shit. It's super fun. And if you want to check me out anywhere else on the social medias, Massive Beers, all one word, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped. If you want to check me out in the audio world, podcast form, not just me, but friends from past and future and whatnot, brewer interviews, to editorial pieces, to opinion pieces, to conversation, a whole plethora of audio fucking amazingness. And I can't stress that enough. I don't think you guys understand what awesome kind of treasure troves of awesomeness are here, and it is Beer Massive. Beer, and then the word massive, MASSIF. Brewer interviews, Treehouse Trillium, the whole nine. Tons of stuff just for your listening pleasure. Tight, concise hour podcasts combined with future content, combined with stuff from my channel. Minimal, not the bulk of it. Just drips and drabs and just all kinds of fantasticness. Check that out. iTunes, Stitcher, anywhere you find podcasts. Rate, subscribe, 5 stars, all that bullshit. You do that stuff, we can keep doing it. So go reach out there, and there you go. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this mystery review. Hopefully you're enjoying a mystery beer right now, and hopefully see you next time. Cheers.